Most people aren't failing because they're lazy. They're failing because they grew up learning from a system that was already breaking. And it didn't just shape the rules. It shaped the way we think, what to fear, what to avoid, what to never question. This channel exists to expose broken systems and to show how changing your perspective can change your entire outcome. Today, we're putting one of the most misunderstood systems under pressure: cannabis, the laws, the money, the misinformation, and how rethinking what you were taught changes everything.
It's the quiet signatures, the bills no one reads, the policies wrapped in so much paperwork you forget they even exist. Because the truth is, most of these people aren't thinking 50 years ahead. They're thinking about the next election cycle, the next donor dinner, the next speaking fee. Life is short, right? So screw the long term. Let the next generation fix it. And that mindset, that personal importance above everything mentality, that is the real extinction event. Not the chemicals, not the carbon, not the collapsing ecosystems. It's the idea that someone else will clean up the mess. Someone else will pay the price. Someone else will deal with the consequences of your convenience. We live on a planet where people will argue about recycling while approving policies that make recycling pointless. Where leaders talk about legacy, but a legacy with a limited time since no one will be around to remember. Where millions of people say, well, I won't be here when it gets bad, and then act surprised when the bad part shows up earlier than expected.
I'm impressed. My favorite part is how they ban plastic straws but then approve dumping chemicals in water. So the turtles are still dying, but at least their drinks weren't stabbed by a straw. And the whole future generations will fix it thing? What future generations? And politicians? Man, they treat Earth like a rental car. Full tank? Nope.
The planet isn't only dying because of one villain with a big red button. It's dying because too many people decided their personal comfort today is enough.
You act like you're surprised.
Human extinction won't be one giant disaster. It'll be a million tiny moments where someone said, it's not my problem. Someone else will handle it. I'm just doing my job. The irony is, life is short, but consequences aren't and affect humankind's very existence. And to be known for our own destruction caused by self-lust is just sad. If we care about ourselves, we should care about how we live as a society as a whole.
Like Earth is giving eviction notice vibes, and humanity's like, can we get a grace period? So yeah, the planet isn't dying because of one villain with a big red button. It's dying because too many people decided their personal comfort today is worth more than a livable world tomorrow. Humans are the only species that see a burning building and go, heat builds character. If this goes bad, it wasn't me.
You ever notice how the scariest political decisions aren't the loud ones? Everybody in that room knows when something is bad for the environment. There are reports, charts, red flags the size of billboards. You don't need a PhD to understand, but you also need to be informed of the truth.
The hemp industry is shifting fast, and the political pressure behind the scenes is what's really shaping the future. So we brought in someone who actually understands that battlefield. Joining us today is a political strategist who's been in the rooms where decisions about hemp, cannabis regulation, farming policy, and market access are actually being made. This isn't theory. This isn't hype. This is the part of the industry most people never get to see. We're going to break down what lawmakers are really saying behind closed doors, how the 2024 to 2025 policy shifts are affecting hemp businesses right now, what's coming next for federal and state regulations, the power plays, lobbying efforts, and hidden agendas shaping the space. Joining us today is Benny Cush, and to be honest, this probably won't be the last time you hear from him. He brings a perspective on the cannabis industry we're going to want on the sip a lot more often.
Hey everyone, let's talk about what's going on. Recently, we've seen these new hemp restrictions kind of sneaked into a shutdown resolution, but here in Texas, we just showed that when people stand up, we can actually make a difference, like how we got that THC ban vetoed. I'm originally from California, and I can tell you it's a whole different ballgame there. Folks don't have the same voice we have here. And with 15 years of growing and cultivating cannabis, I've seen firsthand why it matters to keep that freedom. This isn't just a Texas situation, it's happening nationwide. Big medical marijuana companies across the country are lobbying to put hemp under the same tight controls because they see it as competition. But here's the kicker. A lot of those prohibitionist politicians are backing this because they're the ones pulling the strings. They want everything under that big government cannabis umbrella, because that's where they have control and where they're making money, not the people. So what we're really seeing is a nationwide push driven by these big players and their political allies to reshape the whole industry. Now, on top of that, there's been a massive amount of misinformation spread, even within the industry, about what legal hemp cannabis actually is. A lot of people are told that THCA hemp is fake weed. That's simply not true. Here are the facts. THCA is tetrahydrocannabinolic acid, the naturally occurring cannabinoid found in raw cannabis flower. It exists in all cannabis plants, including what people traditionally call marijuana. THCA itself is non-intoxicating. It only becomes THC after heat is applied, through smoking, vaping, or cooking, a process called decarboxylation. That's basic cannabis science, not a loophole. Under the 2018 Farm Bill, hemp is defined by its delta-9 THC content, not by THCA. As long as delta-9 THC remains below 0.3% by dry weight at the time of testing, the flower is federally legal. That's why compliant hemp products come with lab reports and certificates of analysis. So chemically speaking, THCA flower and traditional cannabis flower are the same plant. Same trichomes, same cannabinoids, same terpene profiles. The difference isn't the science, it's the regulatory framework. And that confusion isn't accidental. When people don't understand the science, it becomes easier for powerful interests to justify bans, restrictions, and consolidation. So this fight isn't just about hemp versus cannabis. It's about who controls access, who controls the narrative, and who benefits. The people or the system. The momentum is on our side. Every poll out there says it's time to legalize adult use cannabis, and we can't let what happened in the past, like what they did to the old moonshiners, happen to us. We've got a voice, and we need to use it. That means coming together, calling your representatives, and standing strong like we did here in Texas. And hey, if you want to keep hearing how we can protect that freedom and not let big government run the show, stick around for the next round. Benny Cush will be here to dive deeper and keep it real. See you next time.
That's a wrap for today, but trust me, we're just getting started. The cannabis industry is a whole universe we've barely cracked open, and we're diving a lot deeper next time.
And don't think we're stopping there. We're coming for the alcohol world too. At some point, we've got to let them go head to head. Cannabis versus alcohol. The big versus. I'm putting my money on the plant, but hey, we'll let the facts swing it.
And maybe a little personal bias.
A little?
But look, we've got a long list of topics we're bringing to the table. Culture, business, health, real life. If it matters, we're talking about it.
And we're doing it our way. No filters, no fluff, and definitely no boring conversations.
All right, that's it for today. Appreciate you for joining with us.
We'll see you next time on The Sip.
If you're tired of running the same race as everyone else, if you're trying to level up, break out, build something real, or simply become the kind of person people remember, then this is where you stay tuned. Because every conversation here is built for the ones who want better, expect better, and refuse to settle for the life they were handed. And if today gave you even one thought worth holding on to, do the things that actually help this show grow. Like the video, drop a comment, and subscribe. Those 3 actions push us past the algorithm and keep this movement alive. Share this with your best friend, and go ahead, send it to your mama too. She might need this more than you think. You're tuned in to The Sip, powered by Blaze and Haze. We'll see you in the next one.